Hello. Happy Thanksgiving. Uh, Welcome to my mess. How are you, everyone? I'm going to clean up. I've been working on some things in my off time, and I'm going to show you. But it has been a whirlwind of creativity. What's up, Francis, Dad? What a deal going on here. I like to clean up before the show. I literally just came back inside from running something for the first time ever. It's still plugged in, as a matter of fact. So I'll show you as soon as I make space for it. Happy Thanksgiving. We're doing this. Yep. What a situation I have here, though, without a doubt. Magnets, screws. Thing about magnets is they move your stuff around quite a bit. Set of keys. Oh my word. We'll get it. We'll get it. Lyndon, what's happening? I'm sure the sales have already begun, and we will check those out in a little bit as well. But I'm going to clean up a little bit here. Man, I got taps and drivers and mangets all over. Gear shift levers. You know, all the things you need to engage in a whole lot of unnecessary problem solving. But we're going to have a good time tonight. I don't know why. I just decided we would. Shut up, shutting up. Oh, it's the batteries. All right, then. I'm going to show you this sooner rather than later, then, so I can shut that thing off. But I just got to get this a little space cleared. Shut up, dude. The thing about magnet trays, they're great, except for all the stuff that sticks on the bottom. Holy smokes. It's supposed to be inside, not on the bottom. Okay. I heard you the first time. We're close. We're close. We're close. We're close. So some of you guys, like me, follow other YouTube channels that are doing some of these trucks. Why, Bill, you here? I know he's one. It's my fryer. Okay. Stop. This will be worth it. Just bear with me. Okay. Shut up. supposed to run over it, dumbass. All right, shut up. I got to change the batteries in that, apparently. It's my Willie's wagon. It is close. Closer. But not done. But closer than it has ever been before. And it took its first run tonight. Let's talk about it. I don't want to blow it out, but I'm afraid that is what it is. I'm digging it. Bill, are you in here? Yeah, someone said hey to him. This has been awesome fun, by the way, this project. It had a lot of work, but all fun. I don't like the way I've got my lid attached. I did trim it, Bill. I did. So these are the right tires, but they're too small. See how little they are? So I did the scale on the math. I did do some trimming. I'm going to unplug it. I got, I don't have the lenses in, but the lights are. And I told you guys I was just going to magnet the lid. That's what I did. What's up, Jim? And after I do, I know this looks really raw, but after I do the I hate magnets, but they work. So I'm hot gluing them. And then I got this like mesh gauze tape that I'll put over it and then CA them in so they don't come off. Now these magnets are pretty awesome, where these magnets are screwed to posts. So they're fine. But these things that I don't want to screw through is the issue. So these actually, the body pins in the back. Actually drove it without it being pinned in, and it was fine. Because I literally 5 minutes before the show, this holds the body on up in the front, and then it's pinned in the back. Like I can pick it up this way, but so pumped about it. So I put the bigger tires on, and usually I do the shock mod where I shrink it down, but not on this one. And I actually moved the shock position down one more to get myself some ride height out of it. And I put these bigger tires on. So when I did the math on the scale of this is the best bumper for getting close to what he's got. I could not find the real deal, but I'm really happy with it. So I did the math on the scale, and this thing is 1/8.6 scale, 1/8, almost 1/9. And when I did the math on the tires, they're like 8.2. So way super close. And if you're following Fab Rats on YouTube, you've seen this rig lately. They just won the Onyx Challenge, and this thing is sitting in Vegas for the SEMA show, unless it's over by now. So yeah, I really I definitely emulated this as much as I could. And Bill, you'll notice it's too much. Just a little bit less. Bill, look at the trim. I made the trim out of styrene and then heated it up and bent. Roy, I printed this body. Yeah. And the interior. So much of this. So it's hard to see, and you'll have to check me out on social or wait for the the video. But like, yeah, I've got styrene I made, painted up, and on the door, this part of the door didn't have it. And that's what I emulated. And then the trim picks back up here. And then there's also a small piece of trim that runs all the way along and then wraps around the front, which the light is killing me, y'all. You cannot see it because of the stupid light. There's a little silver piece of trim under where the window goes. You can see it. I got it on there. And it's a piece of styrene. So it's actually full bodied. That's a pretty good angle at the trim. And then Bill, I went back to see how much because I know he cut the arches up for his as well. And there's like a little mold line. There was a detail here, like a piece of trim, and they kept the line, but just cut it up. I did the same thing. So I've got the same cut as they do, took out the same really amount as they did. And so I knew with the tires being right and the arches being cut basically right that I was in the ballpark. So I got some window work to do still. It worked out pretty good, Bill. I'm pretty happy. I've got a lot of little bit more details. I'm working on the mirrors for this and the trimmer's truck. The 3D printer is awesome, but for the small stuff, it sometimes is kind of tough. And it's probably me needing to learn how to tweak some of the details. But this just did really good over the rocks in front of my house. I got a flower bed that instead of like a border of rocks, I did 3 deep. And so, this did okay. I mean, it's into the body pretty quick. The only thing, magnet mirrors is not a bad idea. I'm not liking the magnet stuff that I've started doing back here, although it's a pretty slick idea. But I used a bunch of body posts and junk to work it out for the hood. So that's cool. So yeah, the lenses got to go on. I'm super close. A little bit more detailing, and I'm pretty happy with it. I ordered actually the Fabrats decals, just like they have, that fits here in the door. So I'm waiting on those to come. But I'm pretty happy with it. I did the dual stage Proline foams in these BFG tires. If I have any, I may stretch the front axle out this way a little bit. I heard just a little bit of wheel rub when I was turned. So I've got the option to limit the steering, which I don't really want to do, but I can limit the steering and the radio and get away from that. I have already tweaked on the axle wheelbase to get him centered up in the arches and stuff. Once I put the bigger tires on, I realized how far I was off in the back. And so I stretched it out there and I stretched it out a little in the front, but I need to probably do a little more. But overall, I'm pretty tickled with it. I even have the rivets on the trim because they're like riveted on, right? These chrome trim pieces. And I'll rust those out and all that kind of stuff. So it'll bring them out a little bit. But I was super happy to get this half round styrene and realize with a little heat, I could get it how I wanted. And it worked out, man. It worked out. And the magnets hold the front on good enough to pick it up, which is awesome. So still working on the interior, which is why I don't want to finalize the roof or anything. So I'm just going to work. Who knows what I'm going to do with that. Eventually, probably just glue it. But I don't know. If I ever have to fix it, it's nice to be able to get things off. The final color, this is it. Check out Fab Rats on YouTube and their Willie's Wagon SEMA Onyx build. They just won it. They did a video last week or something of this thing finally getting to do all these challenges it was built for, and it kicked butt. It ended up winning over all these really awesome colors. So, I mean, I've got more patina and kind of paint chipping and rust stuff to do, but this is really what it is. It was off white. The door was different. This door was a replacement door. The back tailgate thing was from a different vehicle. So I really did my best to make it look like that one. So pretty tickled. It's heavy, but it's also awesome. And all the other stuff that me and my buddies have been making. I mean, they're 3D printed. They're kind of heavy. Yeah, kind of cream color on camera. There's actually 2 different whites on there. I'm not going to salt chip this one. It's going to be some brush work, like rust here and there. Not crazy, just really trying to emulate the build. And I've got a big TV in here now, so I've been watching that video over and over. Same thing, I watched the Trimmers movie the other day. Yeah. So mirrors I'm working on them for the Trimmers truck and the Willys. But I need to sand them up to get rid of the lines and just like get a lot. Yeah, it's going to have windows. So this window in the back is done. Just the one. And this one in the very back is supposed to be split down the middle. So I got to make a mullion. And I used Kelly's, there's this cool rubber gasket kind of trim material I'm using for the windows. This stuff here is what I used on the back one just as a trial. But I realized if I did that on the front, the window would shrink too much. And so it's already it had the molding lines in the file for where that weather stripping should be. And so I masked it off and painted it because I didn't want to shrink the mirror down. And I even printed off the hula girl for the dashboard. So it's tiny. But it's going to have it, I put these little hood latches on. They were from FMS Jimny, which, by the way, is $179 if you want a leaf sprung truck to mess with. I've got a handful of those Jimny chassis on stuff, like 5 or 6 of them. I'm probably going to pick up another one at $179. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I got 5 of those Jimny chassis. If you count the Mashkin and the FJ40 that's on the floor. Trimmer's truck's going to be awesome. I got to get the windows on it. There's not a lot left on it. Let's bring it over. But I've been going ham on this one this week. And I was so proud of myself for printing off a seat with the cutout in it to go over the motor and transmission. It's the wrong size seat. I need to do it again. But I remember 9.76. So percent smaller. So at 100 scale, that was like what, 20.24 or something? Yeah. 20.24 minus 100. Isn't that what it was? No, it's 90.24. Yeah. And I print the right seat. So the passenger seat's a little too big in there right now. $95. What do you mean, Philip? No, but I'm about to be getting that travel all going. And instead of ripping up my Michigan to steal the chassis, like I said, I'll probably pick up another Jimny, which is kind of cool because I'll use the parts. I'll use the glass out of the front window, rear view mirrors, wipers. There it comes with a steering wheel that turns and stuff also. So I think since you guys saw this the last time, I got the gas can tied on, and there's my battery crate and barrel. So the gas can's tied on. The lights are on. They're not real lights, but they were made out of mirrors. License plates on. I got this green suitcase tied on. Looking good, looking fantastic. And in the movie, you know what? They changed things on the truck as even the first movie went on. I swear, there was different things happening. There's one scene where it's super rusty across the top. And then the rest of the movie, it's pretty clean. After about 16 minutes into the movie, you won't see the truck anymore anyway. But I watched that movie 3 or 4 times working on this. So I need to get my rearview mirror in there, some fuzzy dice, some of that kind of stuff. But yeah, I got it's looking so good, man. I want to do a bumper hitch. There should be a plate with a hitch ball in there. And when they're pulling the graboid off of the axle at the restaurant, you can see a shot where the word right is written on the red lens, probably so they knew how to put the thing back together. I don't know if I can write that small, but pretty interesting to note. I don't have the same back window as theirs. Theirs was small, but look, I got to get off the island sometime. But I put out an Instagram, Facebook post on this thing actually running over the rocks earlier in the week. So yeah, mirrors, more patina. So we're into the finish work on this one. Has to happen. Yeah, mirrors, fuzzy dice, patina. And then I'm pretty there. I need to make a good video of it and get it to my dad. But yeah, this is one of those Jimny chassis, leaf sprung, which is cool, and license plate for a floor. And I got inner fenders that I kind of printed off that were for something else. They were for a trailer, actually. And making things happen. But yeah, it's really cool to be able to hide the battery multitude of different ways. And so yeah, that'll be able to run 1300 or 2200 in it if he wants. And yeah, that's it. Coming along, isn't it? Coming along. Good times. That's it. What about you guys? I'm missing one of my hula girls. There's another one up here somewhere. It is so small. To Earl's Ranch, yeah. I know I have a bigger one of these, but this is actually the right size. It is so hard to deal with, uh, but I think it'll be worth it. And it's really a good time. It's not like the Trimmers movie did not just come out, but this thing is actually fairly popular at the moment, and I think it's gonna be a good idea to get something out on that probably. And then when I'm done, the Fab Rats have already seen it. I sent it to them on Instagram, but there she is. Now this one is the only one I could find. She's more dancing instead of playing a ukulele, but we'll go with it. We'll go with it. Yeah, so I'm gonna do dashboard. I feel like because this is gonna see a whole lot of. I think this potentially will see a wide audience. This truck when it's done, because I will post it, and they'll probably share it out. The Fab Rats people on their socials and stuff. I'm hoping, and so that will be nice. And I think having the articulated driver in it will be amazing. Here's the bigger one. And this may be the one that I end up going with because it's big enough to see it. It's a little too big, but it was the better print because of it being a bigger size. So that's that. That is what's been happening. How about y'all? And now I'm like, yeah, I think there's a lot I need to do to the golden nugget to get it right. I need to slam it a little and finish. I got the doors hinged, but I got to make them stay shut, get windows in it. And I think I'll print off a driver because it's already got the steering wheel that moves in it. The golden nugget does. So I think silly not to use it. Even if I decide to not make the dude's head move, the arms will. So so it won't take me to, if I decide not to let his head move, it won't cost me any servos to make his arms work. So that's what's up. That is what's up. So I need to grab me another chimney. The Pro Builders kit, like comp crawlers on sale right now. They just released an H10 optic builders kit too. And I'm thinking I'm not really a comp crawler guy, but if I'm gonna, I kind of want to build that H10 optic kit. And part of me wants to find an FJ45 file and redo my Phoenix. Really close to identical. That one's painted up as an inspiration from the Fab Rats, but he really cut on it to make that thing what it is. So I don't know. I was thinking about it. But yeah, happy Thanksgiving, peoples. I'm trying to decide if I want to build away. I'm saying, I know, right? I am just now taking a break. There's so many little details when it comes to some of this. Like the floor is just in there. It's not attached, but it's fine. Lot to figure out for the dashboard on this, and I got to take it all apart to get at it. Which is easy. to get that body off. Still, as good as it's on there, it's still easy to get it off. Yeah, Jordan, I'm pretty good. I mean, I'm feeling comfortable with the bamboo. I mean, there's more that it can do that I haven't done, but I'm pretty good. I'm really happy being able to just cut on and stretch files I've got already, because the whole interior of this thing is the same interior, full depth interior with articulated driver the CJ7 has. So you buy the files and they're perfect for the CJ7, drop bed, seats, articulated driver, the whole thing. And I cut and stretched and omitted the transmission and motors in the middle on this one, so I had to make concessions for that. But it's the same interior files been manipulated to work in this thing that had. Perfect. No adjustments, just print it, bam. But then I took that and made it work in this. So I think I can I can use that interior for everything I want now. So that's kind of neat. In the same way, I took the Fordyce interior, which is basically the Jeep version of that FJ45 over here, and made it work for the Trimmer's truck. So I feel comfortable with it. I'm not worried about printing in multiple colors or anything like that. I've done it, but it was just out of necessity. Like I ran out of gray. Like this is kind of interesting. Where's the other piece? I ran out of gray and switched to red, and so there's a lot you can do. Dad's asking if anybody's having trouble with their real flight or steam. I need to play with that more. But yeah, I will probably, this will be the one I cut up it's just not going to fit without doing things. And I could just shrink it down and make it fit. But if I do that, then there's a lot to adjust. The servo's not going to fit anymore, is what I'm getting at, if I just shrink it down. So it's better to leave it the way, because this is where the gears sit and stuff, and the servo in the back of this, so the steering wheel works. So it's more than likely that I just physically lop it off on this side to make it work. So I don't have to reinvent the wheel, so to say, because I can shrink it down, but then all of a sudden now my servos won't fit, is what's going to happen. Then I don't want that. Auto updated. Dang it. Dad's computer auto updated and real flight will not play. You may have to do some messing around with it. Like other guys may know better than me. But I'm thinking you might have to reinstall it or something. The dry pods for AMS. I do throw all my desiccant in there that I get. A car program like OnShape or Fusion. Yeah, I don't know how to work Fusion. I've messed with it a little bit. I do not know it at the moment. But I'm so tickled with what I have. I mean, I just make it work differently. Uninstalled Steam. You'll have to reinstall it probably. And you may what about Tinkercad? Anybody got any experience with that? You may have to do that, and you also might have to do the same thing with Real Flight too. I'm not exactly sure. I think it's so neat how the pieces break out that were in there. So yeah, I hadn't dug out the holes yet, but you can see now you could put a little light in there to backlight instruments if you wanted to, which is just bonkers, man. Bonkers. Fusion was hard. Yeah, I messed with Fusion a little bit. I was trying to do some things to stuff to make it a little lighter weight. The original interior for this Willys was a chunk. And so I was trying to mess with it and I got it in Fusion, but I could not. I wanted to just shell the thing, you know. You got to see Kelly's SEX6 old Chevy Blazer. It's like about done. It looks fantastic. And I'm gonna have to come up with somebody to try to print for that SEX6 that I have as well. But I need to get some more filament again. And if you guys are using bamboo, there's a link in the description. You can get your filaments or whatever, and help me out if you're cool. Windows 3D Builder either. Yeah, I want to do the easiest one. And I messed with Fusion a little bit. I honestly feel like 3D scanner would almost help me a lot because then I can just basically import something in there and slice and dice and not be designing from scratch, so to say. On shape, Windows 3D Builder. I have a Windows computer, but I only use it for work. I'm on a Mac for everything else, like right here. Yeah, it'd be pretty neat. But man, I'm telling you, body posts and all the body posts, different options for body posts and things that come on these Basecamp Builders kits that I've not used in my builds, I end up repurposing for completely different uses. Like snipping off the nub and screwing a magnet down to a body post and then having it in a mount, repurposed from the kit that I didn't need because I'm not using typical Lexan bodies. So I have all that stuff to use, which has been pretty cool. Pretty all right. I would, I mean, for the time I've spent on Fusion, I haven't got yet what I wanted out of it. I'd like to really design, no, not quite, but man, that would be so helpful, Rogers, to embed the magnets because then I can get over making things work. But that's what I do. I make it, I work with what I got. Yeah, I mean, I think it's in my future. It's just not yet. And I'm so happy with what I'm able to get done now. But um I mean, I did use the body post areas for this thing, but not the way they mean you to. It looks rough as a cob, but there's magnets there and they're not going anywhere. But so these body post deals, there's the mount for the body post, but then there's these little guys like this. Stuff like this, these little elbows and extenders and things like that. And I'll just nip off the nub and screw through it and bolt those magnets that I use have they're 4 bodies. And so there's holes in them. So pretty, yeah, on the magnets, you definitely have to pay attention to the polarity. Yeah. But having those tapered recesses for the magnets has been pretty slick, and it's goofy, but there's a wooden dowel with a magnet in it up here in the front corner of the body that's screwed into a cross member on the chassis. So these magnets, these 3 here, stay with the chassis when you pull the body off. And then, yeah, they're strong. Strong enough where putting like a gauze kind of mesh tape and CA in it down so the hot glue can't give up. It's hard to get this off. And I don't want to break the magnets and let it slam down, but it's amazing how strong it is. It's holding the body on in the front. And like I said, body posts in the back, but it also it slides in. I've got recesses in there where you don't just put it down, you come in with it. It's lined up, and then you put this down, and it's right every time. On this mount where a servo would go for a winch if you wanted one, so it's pretty perfect. So that's another thing that locks it in. There's the body posts aren't in back here, and it's the recess of my. I mean, I've got wood and license plates and all kinds of goofy stuff making it work for me on a lot of these builds. You know what, man? I have other filaments, but I haven't wanted to print with them because I hear they stink or fog up the glass, and it makes for more maintenance. I've been so happy with what I get out of the PLA that I've only used the PLA and the carbon fiber PLA so far. You know? Hobby getting better by the day. Just wait till us hobbyists wring the most out of 3D production and become Hollywood model artist level. What's up, Mark? I'd like to design my own chassis rails, actually, and like send cut send or something. There's a guy right now who makes, you can't even get him because the line is so long. He's making leaf spring kits for stuff that are pretty, still really flexy, you know. Yeah, Rogers, with the to the print and pause to drop them in. Can you engineer in a pause at a certain layer line, or do you just have to make sure you stop there? Like babysit the print. ABS will stink up the house. The ASA's okay. I have some. I'm trying to decide if I want to do rock rails on this thing because it has them. It's like rectangle tube steel. Thanks, Jordan. Yeah. A whole jet or just bits for it? Jordan, you know Brady, don't you? I swear he was buzzing his grandparents' house in a T6 the other day. The whole jet. Holy smokes. Nice. Nice. I think we're going to go see what's still for sale at places. I think I'm calling Saturday morning. I want this thing to be going out. I need to print another seat. I'm so mad at myself. Let me see if I can find the one that I already cut and just shrink it. It had to be, yeah, 90.24. How did I not do it? Yeah, and I work in here every day, all day with this printer. If it's gonna stink, I need to rig up an exhaust. Which won't be awful to do. Let me see about. I want to see if I can get the seat. Nice, Mark. Yeah, I want to get another one. I like that little erratics, man. I want to get another one of those, but I didn't keep it long enough. But I was at the shop at that time and I just did not have the irony of not having the time, or maybe it was just the emotional space. Because every week was like a struggle to stay afloat that I just couldn't almost allow myself to have any fun. It was so glad to be done with that. Let me see about actually opening up the program and see if I can find my seat. Let me see if I can find it before I drag you in. Dude, if this is it, is this it? Yes, it is, with the cut in it already. I'm just going to go ahead and print it, guys. There's nothing really to see. Hopefully it lets me. I don't know why it wouldn't. What material is this? Oh, yes. All right. Let me get back up in it. I'll make sure it's the right juice. The black stuff I got, the PLA carbon fiber. Yeah, dude, I'm printing it. Nothing to watch here. It's already done. I just pulled up the old one and I forgot to shrink it. So now I've shrunk it to 90.24 and I will have the correct sized seat for the passenger. Okay. Nothing to see here. Good enough. That was easy. Erratics is cool, but very brittle. Yeah, that one you got is what? EPP? Those are a great choice. The EPP for doing that, what you're talking about, actually. I just love how the Radix is built basically already. And yeah, I like that. Is it the PETG that smells? I have some. I've been afraid to print with anything that I think is going to stink, you know? So I haven't. I have not done that yet. Oh, wow. Man, that looks like it wants to fly super fast to stay up. What is that? Like a stealth thing? Water bottle plastic. Okay. That may be what my clear stuff is. PETG. The stuff I'm printing lenses out of. ABS is the stinky stuff. All right, I think we're going to see what's for sale. F117, 5.5 foot wingspan. Yeah, I cannot be stinking up the whole house. My wife should be a bloodhound as a second job. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Let me open up another window here, and there's a couple sites I want to check out. FMS has some crazy stuff going on right now. Actually, also, let's see. I can send you one in Messenger if you're on Facebook. I don't have a website anymore because I just couldn't do it anymore. But Keith, yeah, hit me up in Messenger or something. I'll send you the tower link I have. Let's see. I need to grab it and just put it in the description, because really everything else is in the description now instead of having the website. It costs me too much. Let me see. Awesome. All right, cool. So you guys can see what I can now. All right, so let's check it out. We're going to look through what's for sale here. We'll start with the Black Friday deal. And I want to make sure real fast that you see what I do. You do. Some SCX 24 scale stuff right there is on sale. 6S Typhon, fantastic vehicle, sold out. It makes sense. That's a good way to get into buggy racing, 8 scale, if you didn't want to like build a kit. Yeah, Rogers, that's awesome. Yeah, hook up a hose. Yes. I'll have to do that. The TLR Tune Typhon, even better than the regular 6S one. $100 off. Little A10. The Erratics is off like $40. It's nice. And there's the builder's kit I was talking about, the Pro builder's kit. So it's the one I haven't done yet. $299 instead of $429. It's pretty nice. DX5 Pro, the Big Rock 3S, $350. But there's multiple sales here. So that's the Black Friday one. Happy Thanksgiving is a new one. Cherokee is plug and play $269, $279 for the jug. Erratics, there it is. SCX 24, same stuff. Boat, chargers, batteries, speed, GPS deal. Let's check out the clearance. And this will be more of the same. A lot of batteries. Let's just sort this from high to low real quick. Big servos, winch servos, power systems, power system combos. 10 scale trailer looks pretty nice. It's like $30 off. My buddies have been making those. They've gotten rid of a ton of stuff on this clearance. I bought those dual stage foams for stupid cheap on this clearance sale. Power system combos, $320 down to $112. I don't know, Bill. It's kind of some bits and parts, some speed controls, 2-in-1 crawler ESC motor combo, basically half off. If you're going to run 1400 kV, you're going to want to run 3S because it's not enough kV, really. We like the 1800s and 2300s. SCX6 Jeep body, half off, $65, and that's a monster sized piece, you know, and it's normally $130, $65 for a new SCX6 body. Tire warmers, chassis, 6-scale brushless crawler motor, $250 down to $62. I mean, come on, if you needed one. It's just so good. E-Flight A10 Thunderbolt wing is like almost half off. Some stuff that's not in stock anymore on here still, I'm pretty sure, but bodies, motors, bodies, fuselages. Right on. What's up, boss? Honey Chuck, what's going on? We basically looked through it here for the most part on the Spectrum deal. Tires and wheels. Looks like race wheels, buggy wheels and stuff. Some pre-mounted crawler tires for 24 scale. I'm going to sort this by price too. Paddle tires, big ones, 7 scale. That's for like a UDR or 6S Mojave. Pre-mounted class 1s. Pyrax for the big dog 6 scale. Man, $19 a pair instead of 45. That's pretty good. Man, no, I would love that. It's a big boat, dude. I'd love to have that, but not enough to buy it. I just can't, especially for as often as I'm going to run a boat, you know. Fossil tires for 6 scale. Man, that's a good price too. $17 a pair. Buggy tires, pre-mounted, pretty awesome if you're needing them, you know. Short course tires. I ought to get me some of these just because I burn through those when I race in the winter. Yeah, I've got the Shreddy, like I think it's a 26-inch boat. The recoil too, it's pretty good. These are good tires and at crazy good prices if you're a racer, you know what I mean? All right, there's something crazy about FMS is having a sale right now that's looked good from what I saw. Let me get there. See what they got. Like it was like some plain sale and then like crazy money off of another one or something. Yeah, that's it. Buy one, get one up to 60% off. So the 80 millimeter F86 that was $500 is $399. Plus, you'll be able to get, it sounds like up to maybe 60% off on another plane as well, which is nuts. 1700 millimeter P51. I'd like to have that too. Let's see if that's a part of any of these sales at all. Visit our website. I'm at your website, homie. Let's go. What's up, Fred? Yeah, Fred told me about the Jimny being $179. All right, 1700 P51 is $519 instead of $590 right now. That's cool. See, I think that FJ45 looks amazing, except it's too little. It's 12 scale. But yeah, some cool stuff going on. Link to FMS in my description as well. But yeah, there are some airplane savings. $70 off, $50 off, that kind of thing. The big FMS Pitts is $299 instead of $350 right now. It's cool. $1,400 T28. It's a good bird. 1,400 millimeter Mustang. It's actually 1,450. So it's 57 inches instead of 55 inches. Those were really amazing. and they're 4S, and they fly a lot lighter than the 6S 1500. So if you're worried about your behavior on the other one, the 1.5, the 1450 is 4S and is pretty sweet. Hats, if you buy stuff, that's cool. Yeah, man. $250 for the FJ, starting soon. That's a great ride, man. It's normally $350. Stupid, dude. Buy one, get one up to 60% off. But when I click in, I get a truck. Where's the F86 that I just clicked? Oh, well. We'll get out of it. We're back. This is the time of the year, you know. I mean, honestly, I feel like all year these companies have been doing this kind of stuff lately. And I got all kinds of options on this bumper too. I can tuck it in, or I can pull it out and carry the handyman hijack, whatever I want to do. Yeah, man, boss. The FMS Jimny is $229 on FMS, which I'm gonna get another one, and it's $179 on Fair RC. So even clicking my own link in the description doesn't make sense. I need to, if I'm getting another Jimny, I need to go to Fair RC to do it. And I need one because I don't want to take apart my Michigan to have a chassis. The Michigan's awesome. I just need to get the doors to stay shut better. That one deserves a paint job and some badging, I think. Yeah. Yeah. What are you guys getting yourself for Christmas? Let me know. What are you getting me for Christmas? I'm kidding. Printer's over there doing its business. I'm sure it's going to take longer than we'll be on. Yeah, oh yeah. It's got a ways to go. Look how big this is. This is the FMS FJ40 that's getting ready to be even cheaper. But $350 for this is pretty fantastic. And now it comes with links, but me and Kelly did the leaf spring mod on this. So essentially another Jimny. It's really another Jimny chassis. Probably a P51, if not another battery burning jet. Yeah. Parts to finish 2 crawler builds. That's what you're getting? Nice. Nice. Yeah. I got to wrap up some stuff, but I'm getting so close. Anyway, this is a hell of a deal. Super scale. I like the FMS crawlers. I kind of want that Toyota, but I think, I don't know, maybe I'll just make me one. Wigglefinger is talking about getting a Goblin Pro. I cannot believe actually how tough this is. This thing is, it's really my trailer rig because it's leaf sprung. It maintains, it doesn't really sag too much in the back when I'm pulling something. But I like it when it's not hauling vehicles. And I like it for hauling vehicles. It's real easy to get the trailer undone, and then just I can crawl this, or I can leave it hooked up to the trailer and crawl whatever. Got a new motor for the boom, but it has a 3-way mount instead of a 4-way. Bolt holes. Yeah, dude, that big 1700 looks awesome. I like me the Toyota stuff. I like this one. Fred got the new Toyota, the LC80, I think it is. It looks awesome to me. I like these, but once I get the suspension where I want it and did the leaf spring mod, there's not much else I need to do to it. It rides good. It does awesome, and it's beautiful. I thought about getting another one of these and trying to bash it into an FJ45. It's almost out of stock on FMS, honey check. I'm not surprised. If you turn this into an FJ45, there'd be a lot of work to make it happen, but it's almost already got a bobbed bed, right? Which is kind of nice. You can't beat it, man. Way to go, Fred. The Panther's killer. Oh, the new one. Yeah. The Cougar is sick, and that Panther looks pretty good too. I mean, I enjoyed doing those projects when I was there. I just don't like them. Bob Ross, let's go. And this is another one of those. Same with the Michigan. The steering wheel turns already. So, like, literally, because of my CJ7 files, I can blow up and do. Oh, I want to show you something. I kind of showed you guys the other day. So the CJ7 files, right? I blew up the articulated driver and am thinking about having stick and yoke articulation in this. So that'll be kind of neat. Slicing and dicing and stretching this guy out, making him big enough to fit. This is way bigger than he's intended to be. And I still have an I-beam kit for making a sand rail or some kind of pre-runner or something that I got to deal with. I need a 10-2 for that. I don't need a 10-2 for that. You just need the 10-2 hubs. Fair RC has the LC80. I need chassis, man, for my projects. I wish they'd just send it to me. God bless it. But yeah. LC80. There's been some good vids of that. Fred's looks awesome. He's got a bunch of stuff he printed off for it. Looks killer. Got some things to wrap up, but I'm always thinking forward, man. I need to fix the second gear on my SCX6, probably just a servo. And my mirrors broke off. I fixed it once before and it's broke off and gone. Perfect excuse for thinking up something for that SCX6 now. I don't know if I want to print one off or get a body that's Lexan or what, but gosh, Kelly's blazer looks so stinking good. Oh man. And he's already done the sizing work and everything. It's like, man, maybe I just make it a blazer. He always leaves the roof off of his. I kind of want the roof on it. But maybe I'll print it out. It'll be a lot of filament. But did we go to Fair RC? Let's go there real quick. Hold on a minute. I thought we'd have more people on here tonight. It's so weird to me they have two sites. Let's go to Fair. Check it out. LC80, the little one. Let's see if we can click into the big one here. Yeah, click it. I clicked it. It doesn't say it's sold out. Nice. Those Patagonias look good and they're unique and they perform well. They really do. I've been digging my BFGs lately too from Proline. But I like my Goodyear MTRs, Patagonias, and these BFGs. Pretty impressed with what I got out of the my Land Rover, the little boom racing tires too, which may be the kind of thing I put on that Travelall. All right, let me get this so I can see you. Hope you guys all ate well today. All right, cool. There it is. $300. Those tires aren't even bad for RTR right there. Say $50, $299 for that. And it said out of stock at FMS, but apparently still at Fair RC. You can get one. It looks good to me. It really does. And it's FMS, but it's really a lot like a TRX4. But what I think is really cool is the way their lights are done with the magnets like this. So you're not messing with connections. It's just when you put the body on, it makes the connection with the magnets really slick. I like the inner fenders, like how round they are too. It looks pretty good. And it's tint scale, but it's a good size. You know what I mean? It's like it's bigger than tint scale. Is there a video? ATK chassis? Is that what you said, Honey Chuck? It looks a lot like a TRX4, but I know it's not. Low gear, high gear. What's up, Jeff? Servo on axle. I like that it's straight axle. FCX 10. And their transmission setups are so slick to me. I love how it takes no space. Easy locking body, no clips. Yep. It looks pretty good. It really does. ATK. I don't know that company. Yeah, there's those light connections. I like that, man. That's the kind of stuff I want to get familiar with because I will buy those light kits for something else. China, of course, yes. All right, so let's see what else they got. Little stuff, aircraft, popular products. They got some great looking trucks, and they must be crushing it on the little ones. They're not for me. See, I love that Unimog a lot. My buddy has a Unimog in real life, but it's little. It's too little, man. What scale is that? That truck looks good. Let's see. Let's just look at new arrivals. Some really great Toyotas, just too small, man. Oh my gosh. Little details. Those are nice. 10 scale shovel pickaxe. Super Scorpion. Wow, they got the Arrows Mustang on here. Weird. Let's go to the homepage. I'm gonna look at their planes real quick. Pre-order the 90 millimeter Scorpion. Says in stock. That's probably just so they can receive the pre-order. Futura, $299. That's not bad at all. Wow, that Arrow stuff is on here now. And the 80 millimeter F86 is $399 on the FMS page. The Husky's here for $350. L39, P39, I'm sorry. Out of stock. Oh man. It's that time of year, dudes. The shock preload screw hits the frame rail about halfway down. Have to undo one end of the shock to go. You need the little toaster. Nice, Fred. Hey, I didn't see the Jimny on there. Hold on a minute. It's because it's a best kept secret. Let me go back real quick. Let's do this one more time. I'm gonna go ahead and find it first. Dude. let's see, one more time. This is what I make all my dreams come true with right here. Shrink it, ink it. Why is that so little? Why is that little? There used to be a Unimog that you could get from Axial, and now you can't get them anymore. And if you find one, the price is ridiculous. But yeah, this is that leaf sprung deal, man, right here that comes with the leaves already. So you don't have to buy the leaf spring kit to add on to it. But this thing by itself, I always flip the axles to get more ride height out of it, but I wonder if I get this one, I will size. I know the tires are already too big; they're wrong, but I will size it up. Do they show the bottom? But there's like, yeah, look at that, no ride height at all. So if you put the axle on the bottom of the Leaf, you got to mess with the geometry a little bit, but you actually get. That's what we do to these trucks. But you get a light kit, some mirrors, really nice seats, a steerable, a moving steering wheel. We bought one of these the other day and stripped it and put Dad's trimmer's truck on it. So it's the best leaf sprung chassis on a budget. Best kept secret in the crawler world, I swear. I mean, legit, I should get a couple of these. And like I said, I'm on 5. I've done 5 of these. I'm very familiar with this truck. Bro. All right, hold on a minute now. I got to make sure. All right, I'm going to buy this real quick. Hold on a minute. I'll just do it on my phone. I started trying to do it. I'm getting it. I'm getting it. I'm getting it. Was there football on today, man? Who played? Weren't the Chiefs playing today? Is everything still playing? Still on? Yeah, I wish I had that chimney, dude. I'm getting it. I'm getting it. Nah, man, it's a good deal. It is a good deal. And I legit was about to take apart the mash again, which I don't want to do. I did the leaf spring mod on it and everything. This thing comes with the Leafs on it already, Green Bay and Miami. Maybe there's 1/12 scale. Yeah, I don't want 1/12. I had a 1/12. I still have it, and it's actually an FJ45. I hate the size. I am human. Let's just go ahead and do this. Maybe I'll have it by next Thursday. Green Bay up 27-3. Miami fell off. Tamia has a Unimog. Let me look it up. I can't click the links in the thing. Okay. Another Jimny. I have 3 Jimny bodies in my house. About to be 4. Let's look at the Travelall real quick. I actually want to look at this Tamiya Unimog. Hold on a minute. I probably like easier to find. Ooh, the a 3D print for it. What's the wheelbase? 9.5 inches. That's little. $300 for that kit. Now, I want one that'll perform better, man. I'll make it myself. It's not bad. The Axial had a kit. It was before I was building kits. And it was, I should have got one. I should have got one. I haven't brought this out since I finished the paint job, which was a huge deal. But this is going to be fun. And it really, this one definitely deserves to be on a leaf sprung chassis, I think. Like doing the Willys wagon on the base camp made a lot of sense because the Fab Rats job that, so this Willys wagon on the Fab Rats YouTube channel, they put it on a Ford Super Duty frame, coilovers linked, the whole deal. Because originally, of course, it would have been leaf sprung. And so me doing what I did really kind of goes right along with what they did. But this one, there's nothing but my own preference to follow. And I think this needs to be leaf sprung. And even though you can't see much of the interior, I want to maintain it if I can. But I already know and have done the work to stretch out this from the CJ. So there's no way I'm going to be able to maintain this interior unless I can get a chassis to lay down and act like this, which the Jimny does not do. So even though I want to keep this interior, I will probably only keep the dash and use the stretch out the CJ files to work for this. And honestly, man, I mean, look, it's a panel deal. You're not going to see much of it, the interior anyway. But dude, Rock Hobby has a Unimog, but it's little. This is going to be fun. But I want to finish the other stuff first. But get the Jimny chassis I just bought. this is what it's for. So we'll size it up and spec it out before I even do the axle swap, because I may not need, no worries, Mike. I have a pretty good idea what's out there already. Yeah, the Unimog looks really good. It's just too little that they got. But my buddy Jeff, I mean Dad's buddy, Dad's old roommate from college, he's got a Unimog in real life that he decked out. It's awesome. I'd like to make it just like his. His is dope. It's dope. I think his has got even a beefier suspension because it used to carry like a tank, like a water tank or something. But yeah, this is going to be fun. I'll figure out something to put on the side. And, you know, that's going to be that. I used to have a chassis. When I was still working on the trimmer's truck, I would put this chassis back and forth on it. You know what I'm curious of? Real quick, I'm going to see if I can do something stupid right now. Hold on a minute. They'll never fit. They'll never fit right. Bro, I'm about to make something work. Hold on. I want to see tires on this. I have some short self-tappers somewhere. Well, not self-tappers, but since I took these let me see. What else are you guys gonna do tonight? Anything? Nope. All right, cool. Me neither. These are amazing tires. I'm gonna do something more old school on this. It won't be like these, but there's actually brass rings in the front too. I'm just a little bit curious if I can get these tires to stay on for just a second. I think I can. They won't be good, but they'll stay. Okay, that's gonna actually do it. That's gonna actually work. Let's do it. So these are a little bit smaller than regular old 475s. And Wild Bill, are you still here? I have the a ton of those stock Chinese Hyrax FMS tires that I take off of everything because all their stuff comes with them. Like not everything anymore, but used to. The Michigan and the FJ40 came with, I guess I don't care that the brass weights are, oh, I actually got it right. So because I don't want to buy a whole new rim and BFG tires, the Willys wagon needs to have a spare tire mount on the back door. And so I'm going to buy one or print one off. And I'll paint the rim and use one of those FMS Hyrax tires for the back tire. Come on. Oh, it's too big. Okay, fine. A gaming glitch, huh? $5 million? I'm just curious. I already know this is just a plastic chassis. Oh man, how's come it's let me screw it in on one hole but not the others? Damn it. On the TRX4 chassis? What bodies are they using? I have two TRX4s, one that I would cannibalize. And the Unimog, doesn't it have portal axles? So man, I do still have a Red Cat chassis. I almost bought new axles for it because I'm being a purist about straight axles versus portals. But the Unimog be a short wheelbase on portals, if I remember right. Dude, I just want to see this thing on wheels, man. That is it. That is it. It's so long. It's so not going to work. But I'm going to try. I'll probably break stuff. Nope. Maybe it's not that big of a deal. But I get to a point where I want to see it happen. Give me a second, man. Obi-Wan, you're my only hope. Or should I say, drywall screw, you're my only hope. So stupid, bro. I already know it's not going to fit. It's in the hole. There we go. We got bite. Jay Woody, you nailed it. And I legit only printed off this plastic, 3D printed chassis just to set this truck on. It's not strong. The axles, nothing is strong. It's not RCable. Okay. We're just screwing stuff to it, though. Honestly, if I undo it just a little, it'll roll. There we go. Rolling chassis. And this is honestly, I would like to have a metal version of this chassis because I know if I do it, it's perfect for the interior that came with the Travelall, which means the seats are going to work, everything's going to work. Now, it's not going to like articulate or perform super well, but if I'm putting it on leaf springs, it wasn't going to anyway. You know, this will be fun. At least I can look at my Travelall on wheels. Yeah, there's no hex, there's no nothing. I can't sneeze or it'll go. All right, wish me luck here on this one. Last one. But at least, there's holes where the fake wheels go. So I will be centered up and everything. I'm screwing into carbon fiber infused PLA. Okay. Rolling chassis for the Travelall. All right. We're almost 2 hours in, guys. I'm so stupid. I'm wanting to flex it like a regular deal. I'll probably break it. But it gives me an idea about the ride height anyway. Yeah, I need smaller. It needs a lift. It already needs a lift. That's okay. Watch this. I think I can. I think I can. I think I can. What do I got? I got stuff. I can fake it. I can fake it. Space it. Absolutely, dude. Absolutely. This brings it up about ½ inch. I hate seeing these stupid things. Will this work? Actually, yes. I just don't know if the body will go on. Probably won't. Dang, so close. So close. It's okay. Watch this. We'll hide it the best we can. Doesn't stay put now, but that should have done it. And it's not like this chassis is going to articulate at all. But that looks pretty mean, dude. I think just more period correct tires, you know, and I'll be happy with that. The front does look right. And of course, this is not the chassis I'll be using. It's going to be the Jimny chassis. The wheelbase is perfect. I designed this to be a 13-inch wheelbase. And the Jimny, I think, can be made for that. If it's not. Yeah, 13-inch wheelbase. Ha, right. Trimmer's truck is 13-inch wheelbase. So that the Jimny in 115.41 instead of 100% is what I scaled this up to get it this size. And it looks like it's got a load in the back. It's it doesn't. But with these trucks without being cut up, they always looked a little lower in the back. But I figured out how to size this by plotting a point in the software on the center of the arches and adjusting until I got to 13. And then I knew that's what I needed. So this will fit really nice on the Jimny chassis, dude. I'm pretty pumped about that. Dude, that's going to look nice. And I don't know how much of a lift I want it to have. So, you know, like I was saying, maybe the Jimny chassis, maybe I don't flip the axles on this one. I mean, definitely a good idea to start that way. I'll get the Jimny chassis. I'll throw these tires on it because the tires that come on the Jimny are huge. And they're actually really nice. I just don't have anything to use them for yet. But they're big. They are quite a bit bigger. Now, compared to like a regular size crawler tire, they're like identical. Very, very, very close. But on these, this is a 475 diameter. These are 419s. These are 3.92s. So I may need 3.92s to use the Jimny chassis without the axle swap on this, which would be very scale appropriate. And these, I need to come up with a project to use these because I'm going to have 3 sets of them. They're what's on here. That's what's on there, except they're black. And they actually work really well. I'm totally bummed out. I already ate Aunt Rita's noodles, the leftovers that I brought home. Already ate them. Bummer. Well, we did it, y'all. I got me a Jimny chassis, so it's on the way. We are near wrapping up things. I have the bumpers for this. It's going to look sweet. Let me get one. Let me get one just for fun here. Let's get a bumper. See you, Wigs. Come on, dude. So good. It's already rusty too. I already weathered it and everything. It's going to be killer. Philip, you ain't lying. What year did we say that was? A 59 Ford or something? It'll be scale 2 then, because I'm not going to want to cut the arches or anything on that either. The Sanford truck. Yeah, I think period correct tires are the way to go on this. I mean, these are okay if I rusted them out or something, but they're kind of modern. At least something more like what I have on that Land Rover. That Land Rover may get these tires, and then I'll steal them. I'll put them on here. I think that's what we'll do. We'll get. I'm whispering, Elizabeth. I'm coming to meet you, Elizabeth. We're gonna see how the Jimny chassis stock ride height looks with these tires on it. Just get an idea of what we're looking at, and then go from there. That's what we're gonna do. That's what we're gonna do. Yeah, I dig this. I need some of that Poppy's patina stuff on there. I'm wondering if I need to shine this, like shine it up like they do with patina on real ones now, where it's like an old cool rusty body, but they seal it in and then it's shiny and it makes it pop a little bit. It may not be a bad idea. I don't know. I kind of like it flattened out a little bit like it is. But if I did that, it would really bring some of this stuff to life a little bit. The browns would pop a little more and the blues that are in it. I bet if I lick this truck, it's going to taste like salt. I love that it's on wheels, though. I cannot tell a lie. That needs to come back on the shelf. But yeah, those tires that are on the Land Rover, dude. Matte clear. Yeah, I like satin. I use it all the time. And I will probably do satin first just to see what I think. I generally don't like gloss, but man, that Poppy's patina is growing on me when I see folks do it to real trucks. I like how there's going to be lots of room for my equipment in the front. And I think not worrying about hinges, but having these things magnet down is not an awful idea. Lots of little details, keep you busy. Yep, 2 hours in. We'll say goodbye here in a couple minutes. Happy Thanksgiving to y'all. Thanks for coming by. I've been looking forward to the show. I'm really glad that the Willys is as close as it is. Got to keep plugging along though. I want to drive it done. So I need to silver out the. Let's recap a little. Stick these bumpers out the window. I already know that floor is not going to work without cutting it up, but it might be a good frame. Like the outer, like it maybe cut out the interior of it, but use the CJ bits to cover back up. don't know. All right, hold on a minute. Move some of my stuff real fast. Pizza box paint tray. I'm just over the moon. This is going to be great. I have not been messing with this. That wheelbase is spot on. It's got to have something on it. Dude, that thing looks so good. Not bad. There's a whole nother row up top, race cars and stuff, and the Michigan and the Red Cat International Scout. Yeah, this is very close. Very happy with it. I got to paint the those deals, and then I'll probably double up the plastic like I do just to diffuse the light bulbs. The light lenses are going on. I got to silver out this. There actually is another hole for, I think, a horn or something down there. I don't know if I'm going to do that, but I probably will do. They stubbed out their exhaust like here. And then there's actually supposed to be a panel line right there and a little bracketry that looks really super scale on the side. So yeah, like right there. That's a better shadow. That panel up on the top. So about halfway through is actually a panel line to the hood. And then there was like a little weird bracket there that holds that thing that probably held it together in real life. And I'm going to make that out of something. I was thinking about control rod and the quick link stuff, you know, which may be a little bigger than scale, but get the job done. And this is patina time in Windows. This thing drove today. So I got to get the dash done. I think having an articulated driver on this one makes sense. I am going to try to scale it out as much as I can like theirs. And get it on the web. They've already seen it. I sent it to them in Messenger or Instagram, you know what I mean? DMs, and they've seen my other work. I've done some of their other trucks and everything, and I think this one they're going to like a lot. They're giving the real one away. They're giving the real one away, which whatever it takes to enter that contest, I'm doing it. Because could you imagine having the real one? Holy smokes. The real one's got like theirs. It's like a Ford, the heavy duty chassis with like LS engine and super heavy duty axles and everything, bro. But yeah. So Fred, I'm gonna probably put the I'll do the spare tire thing. I got to put a mullion in the window, spare tire rack. I'm getting awfully close. And this is the tallest truck I've built. I had to actually not lower the shocks and do all the things that I like to do. I may have to stretch out these links on the front. I already have spun them out a little bit. I may have to replace them with some slightly longer ones, which I should have. So digging it. And of course, it's not going to be a super performer. It was built to be an overlander, but it gets along. It's going to get along. When we go trail trucking, we're getting along trail trucking with leaf sprung stuff. So this one being on coilovers will be fine. And being heavy, I thought it was a good idea to use the dual stage foams. So that's what I did. Proline. By the way, you guys that are messing with bead locks, and sometimes it's hell to do. Fred, they're not metal, they're not super heavy. The faces are metal, but the beadlock ring and the backside is not. These are the Proline like rock shooters or something. I kept the tag so I knew what they were, but I've used them now 2 or 3 times, and they are so easy to do. They're like the easiest beadlocks I've ever messed with. And they look pretty good. And honestly, in real life, this is the kind of rim he's got. And these are the BFGs that he has on the real one. So I was like, that's what's happening. And those little ones that are on the International, same thing, just too small. This looks way more appropriate, especially if you've seen that Fab Rats truck. I urge you guys to watch that last video they did where they won in Vegas. It's not the last video they did, but it's like this last week or whatever. Their thumbnail has a few, like 3 guys on it. It was the Onyx Challenge. It's a great video, and you get to see. I've watched all the videos where they built this truck, but that one I'm talking about, it's kind of long, but you get to see that truck and what it was built for. Driving, running, doing all the things, out in sunlight, out of the shop. It's the best look at this truck you'll get is watching that Onyx Challenge video. So yeah, I can't believe he's giving it away in real life. Like, I'm literally gonna, I'll try. I'm gonna enter that contest, guaranteed. And I don't expect to win, but it's not going to keep me from trying, I guess. It is hard to decide what RCs to bring, and it's even harder when your buddies have stuff too, because depending on where we go and what they're bringing, it may change my mind. Now, this is so close now that I'm totally bringing it. I'm bringing it. But sometimes you'll bring 2. Kelly made a killer trailer for his SEX6. So his SEX6 has got a trailer to pull where he can have another crawler with him, and there's a box in there for carrying whatever else, because the 6 will pull it, no doubt. And so that's fun. But it's like with the 6, you don't want to be the only one that takes that big one out. So it's cool that Kirk and Kelly both have one now. I need to fix mine, though. We had the most fun with them. I was bashing mine hard. And I was in the second gear to do it. And then I lost my second gear. So it's just a servo. So it is kind of hard to decide what to bring. But yeah, I want to bring this is kind of heavy, but it can be the I keep bringing the FJ40 out, even though I don't really plan on it, because it is one of my best tow trucks. But if I can get the Golden Nugget wrapped up, windows, and make the door stay shut, it's done. But it was one of my first Jimny jobs, so I didn't slam it. It needs to come down about a 1/2 inch, and I can make it happen, but I gotta take stuff apart first to make it happen. Yeah, I know, Arma. What do you want to know? Draco X. Oh, yeah. Is he redoing that? Makes sense that he would. That's such a famous plane. My properly sized seat is at 72%. Oh, you're still here. Let me show you the golden nugget real quick. It really gets to be where you have to pick your favorite child sometimes. And I hate that. All right, this can come down. Race car's coming down because I need to fix it anyway. This is coming up here. That's a nice one too, that RC four-wheel drive. It's leaf sprung, that FJ55. Come on, man. So this, like the FJ40, will actually be a decent tow truck as well, because it's super stiff on leaf springs. Okay, I have a Sinton 4x4, and there's something in the front that keeps making this loud crackle sounds. I keep looking into the diff gears, but for some reason there's nothing wrong with it. Okay, if it's not the diff, the input pinion that turns the diff may have, if any of the teeth on the diff are damaged, it'll make that sound. If the input drive pinion that drives that diff gear is damaged, you'll hear stuff also. But yeah, I did not do, I love this. This is the travel all roof, shortened down and made to work with this. Totally rad. So yeah, I got the doors hinged, but they don't stay shut. But yeah, this thing sits way too tall. So this was my first one, and I didn't know what I was doing yet. I did flip the axles to the bottom. This is a Jimny, except we put the doors in the back and the roof on it. So I put all the leaves back on instead of just leaving out the middle ones like I do now, to actually get some flex. And my trick for helping the pinion angle out by moving the shackles in the middle and bringing it up, I didn't do yet. So I can bring this thing down like this, which doesn't seem like a big deal, but that's what I want. It's too stiff. But if this is going to be a tow rig, maybe I'll leave the back stiffened up, because it'd be a great excuse to get this thing out. Not really a performer, but this is up on these big 2.2 Patagonias. And I mean, in real life, this thing is really small, so it's way out of scale. And I didn't change the power system in this, but I did change the ESC to Spectrum. So I'll be able to dial it in on my radio and stuff. It doesn't have a receiver in it right now, I don't think. Yeah, it does. It's the ESC receiver from Spectrum. So I left this one brushed. Trencher tires, are they heavier tires? Sometimes that's hard on things. The Sinton's a good truck, but yeah, I would look at that input pinion for sure. And I'm not going to glue this roof on until the windows are done. I cut the old roof off because it was flat and drove me crazy. And this isn't perfect, but I'm not printing another one. So it's better than what I had. And I'm going to do some more. This was a sand it down to expose the colors kind of patina. And I'm going to play with the airbrush on this one. And it is a heavy truck. And honestly, it articulates okay for being what it is. But if I would get rid of a couple leaves, it would do even better. It is pretty stiff. They weren't heavy. But this will be a good tow truck. And this is the FMS Jimny. That's what it looks like when you axle swap it, put them on the bottom of the leafs, and throw bigger tires on it and build a roof. And Tony helped me do this. Betcher. Is that his name? Tony. Why'd I forget his name all of a sudden? Anyway. And the steering wheel already has a servo in it. So we may print a guy to fit in this. And this is supposedly 6 scale. So that means compared to a SCX6, this is supposed to be scale to it. But it is really that small in real life that it does not look like it. But I did this patina job right after I did the FJ45 over here, but haven't done any airbrush stuff yet. Is that done? No way. Nope. 79%. All right. If I go slow, I hear nothing till I go fast. Sometimes there's room to shim the diff a little bit tighter to that input pinion. But I don't know on the plastic stuff if there is. Isn't that a plastic diff gear on there? Huh. I think it's that little gear that drives the pinion. It's a steel gear diff. Is this a 3S Sinton or the 6S one? Yeah. I'd still look at that input pinion. Because I've done it before too, where I expected it to be the diff gears, the ring gear, and took it apart, and it's fine. And I put it back together, and there it is. There's the noise. And I'm like, what in the world is it? And then I took more stuff apart and found out that, yeah, it was the little gear that drives the drive shaft that needed the help. And let's see, I'm trying to think about those because they don't have a center diff. They just have the drive shaft coming from the motor on the rear. Is this the front doing this? And then it's still got to be driven the same way. It's just a little bit different how they get there. Sometimes you got to take that gear out though to see it. It'll look, I mean, mine looked fine inside too, but it was making the noise until I took it out. I didn't see the tooth damage. I mean, it could be something else. It's funny. I'd have to be able to, I'd have to see it, take it apart. It doesn't do it in the air, but it does it when it's loaded. Your tires aren't rubbing, like the inside of the tires aren't rubbing on the knuckles or anything, are they? Well, make sure your drive shaft's not rubbing on something, I guess, too. So it's plastic kind of toilet paper spring drive shafts. Is it still got is there a carrier bearing at all holding it in the middle? I can't remember if those have that or not. Hmm. Is it stock or did you make it four-wheel drive? And it's not the spur and pinion of the motor, right? If you take off your drive shaft, it makes it two-wheel drive, right? It doesn't make the noise. Yeah. It sounds like it's the drive shaft or the input pinion that works the diff. It could be something inside the diff. Yeah, they sold a boost version of the Sentin that was two-wheel drive, where you add a drive shaft and stuff. That's why I was asking. Right. Happy Thanksgiving. Yeah, a couple minutes, man. We're out of here. Thanks, guys, for coming by. Fun time. Project updates. I think these are cool projects. I'd like to see this kind of thing take off a little bit. Anybody wants a Suzuki Jimny body to play with? I'm going to have a brand new one again here in a minute. I actually thought about taking one of those and making it coil over, but I don't like I don't like them open. Because that's what it is. Looks like a Jeep, but it's a Suzuki. I mean, this is perfectly good. And this is what I'm taking off of these chassis so I can use them. They're actually not bad. If you're going to put a coil over under it, though, you end up cutting the floor out and stuff, which isn't the end of the world. It's a nice hard body. I just use them for parts, but I'll have a brand new one of these if anybody wants one. I've left this one alone, but I will steal stuff from it. I have another one that I've already stolen parts from. My chassis is a little cracked on both sides down to the middle, which is making it bend a little. That could be part of your noise too, maybe. The thing about the plastic chassis too is, unlike the 6S stuff where the gearbox is two pieces that you bolt to the metal chassis, the bottom half of the gearbox is the chassis plate on those. If you break a shock tower, it's just the top half of that gearbox. But if you break the bottom at all, where the A-arms go, you got to replace the whole chassis. What do you know about Poised? Nothing. Hey, Mike, you sent a link earlier to a Unimog body. Where was that? AliExpress or something? You should try to send it to me on Instagram or Facebook or whatever. I don't shop at those places, but I'm not against it, I guess, if they have one. Who's typing full capitals? He just does. He likes yelling. It's no big deal. Aluminum gearbox upgrade on a 3S one? AliExpress. Okay, what size was it? 10 scale? AliExpress. Who makes it? You talking about that orange one? .128 scale. I want a two-door one. The FMS one is the right year, the right look. It's just too small. 3017. Yeah, aluminum gearbox. Do they have that for the 3S one? I mean, I know they do for the 6S stuff. Yeah, I'm just like $23 for a Unimog. Like I already know it's gonna suck. Cross RC has one. $400. It's too new, also. Like the too square. Yeah, man, I'm picky. I know what I want. I've looked for files before. I need to look again. They're ugly, so it's got to be the right year with the roundiness to it for me to be into it and to make my buddies. Oddball. Search eBay Axial 1/10 Unimog. I can't click links in the YouTube, dude. It's not in YouTube. I'm in software that does. I can't click it. That's why I asked for somewhere else to send it. Fred, maybe you can grab it and send it to me. eBay. It's too bad the FMS one is not bigger because that's the one. Yeah, you definitely gotta want one of these. Yeah, man. Yeah, if I go through the live chat comments, I can find it, but I never do that. I may have to. Yeah, they had a 6x6, which I don't want the 6x6. Yeah, dude, they're trying to sell a 6x6 for $850, and the Unimog builder kit for $650. The thing is, there's got to be one. This one's already built. There's got to be one sitting around in a hobby shop somewhere. He didn't even do a good job building it. The wheelbase is completely wrong. The Ford. I see. Yeah. Well, I mean, I see it live. Crawler Central. There's no 650. Like, no, get out of town. I wasn't building kits. I mean, I always looked at that, but I wasn't doing kits yet. And so I was like, nah. I got an International, a Willys Jeep, and a Jeep thrift side like J20 Gladiator up there. I got that Ford Bronco. Yeah, I don't. Sometimes I very rarely will, but sometimes I'll listen to the stream or something. But I see, it's just me. I see the comments, you know. All right, I'm rolling. It's been 2.5 hours. A lot of us work tomorrow. I'm one of them. It's sold out or it's cold out. It is cold out. But yeah, darn it, I should have bought me a unit. Oh, that Bronco, it's good to go. That's basically stock up there. You can't get those either anymore, but it was never builder's kit. But yeah, I got a 2021 Traxxas Bronco and a Traxxas Land Rover Defender. I will probably sometime kit bash that 2021 Bronco into something. But I'm so weird about portals now. I don't want them anymore. I want these straight axle things, but at a point you got to do what you got to do. I'm gonna try to just find the files for a Unimog or something one day, and it makes sense to put it on a portal thing. And even using the 2021 Traxxas TRX4, I do like where they put their motor and stuff up in the front. So I may try. Injora sells like straight axles on Amazon for like $50. I might try on something sometime. I thought about buying them for my Red Cat chassis. I got a Portal Red Cat chassis extra too. That needs to be used for something. I don't know if I'll do that Lexan Morvair body sometime or what, but portals be okay, I suppose, for coilover deal. That body might be perfect on a 2021 Traxxas, to be honest. But I want straight axles, man. I'm nuts. All right, guys. Yeah, lots of old cool videos to watch. Lots of new ones, kinda. If you're keeping up with the streams or missing the streams, you can go back and watch them. We're still here doing it. Appreciate you. Happy Thanksgiving. See you guys later. We're out here in 5. Hanger Rats forever. We'll 3 you later. You're too good to be forgotten. Come see me Sunday. We'll be taking apart a Jimny and thinking about it. What, Philip? What? Traxxas. I got a 2021 Traxxas Bronco. I'd sell it too. I'd sell that one, and I would sell my purple International Scout probably also. Just make room and funds for other stuff. All right, y'all. We'll see you. I still want to know what Philip means. Traxxas. Question mark. No. I don't want to hit bash the Land Rover, but the 2021 Traxxas, the Land Rover is not stock. I did all the lights. It's dialed in. But the 2021 Bronco is stock. So I'm not like super invested. I'd let it go or bash it into something. The one nice thing about it is the second gear, but I still got to do an I-beam kit on a 10.2, at least a 10.2 front axle. Yeah. Lots of fun stuff to do. You're too good to be forgotten. We'll see you next time. Bye now. Happy Thanksgiving. That print just got done. Bye. Boom.